My name is Eric Abbey, and I'm the Master Trainer for the Guest Service Gold Oregon version. And I'll be working with you upcoming here on September 24th in a Train the Trainer session around this curriculum. Now, from the start, let me make sure and just take out any of the anxiety here. This is not we're not assessing your ability to be a trainer. You're a trainer if you want to be. It's just an opportunity for us to get together and talk about how to best really tailor the message of this training to your participants that you'll be having in your sessions. It's a universal curriculum in terms of approaching guest service in the hospitality industry. It rings true around the world. This is an international certification. So these are expectations that guests have from all different nationalities and cultures around the world when they visit places and stay in hotels and eat in restaurants and visit attractions in communities around the world. Our industry doesn't do a good job of promoting ourselves, but we are either the first or second largest industry in Oregon, depending on how you measure it. Either way, it's significant, right up there with healthcare in terms of employment numbers and opportunities. Like the healthcare industry, we have frontline positions, but we have multiple supervisory and management positions and entrepreneurial opportunities that don't exist in the healthcare industry, for example, that make it an attractive industry for many, many people in Oregon and around the world to make a great career and a living wage. And in fact, I teach at a community college full-time is what I do. And I have a lot of students who graduate after a couple of years, either out of high school or mid-career, and they're jumping into jobs paying them $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year around Oregon. So this is an opportunity that I'm excited to bring to you because you don't even need to have all that education to perform in the industry to get those jobs. But for a 2 years associate's degree or a 1 year certificate, those jobs are there for the taking, quite candidly. I have employers calling me all the time looking for people. So I'm excited to present that opportunity to you as a representative of this industry, and excited mostly for the youth that you work with and the opportunities they have to move up very quickly and perhaps lead a life that they envision and reach the goals that they have for themselves and their families. Okay, so there's that. Then let's talk about the Train the Trainer session we're doing together. I want to take any anxiety out of that if you have some. This isn't a test. We're not going to either give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you want to be a trainer, we want you. It's just an opportunity to help us figure out how to best fine-tune it for your audiences. It's a standard curriculum. In other words, there are 7 elements that we use to describe what effective guest service looks like and what employers expect. But within that, there's a myriad number of ways to adapt this to your specific participants. We had a session about 2 weeks ago with other next generation providers, and we learned some things. I think they learned some things about how we can find an approach that will work for your groups. I realize this curriculum is not perfect. I think it would be nearly impossible to make it perfect, frankly, but it's 90% there. We've just got to get the 10% of issues that emerge, address those candidly, and find a way to just deliver the main points. There is an exam that your participants will be asked to take to ensure that they have read the material. You took the same exam online and passed it recently, so you're familiar with kind of the level of that. So we just need to get your participants prepared to take that exam and pass it so they have the certification, which will then help them build a resume that's suitable. So let me talk a little bit about the ability to tailor the curriculum. This that you've received now is a trainer's guide. All this is a copy of the guide you will be giving to each participant in your course, that we will send to you once you register your class officially. You will get materials, and each of them will get a participant's guide that's comprised of sort of the interior pages of this trainer's guide. So they've just taken the participant's guide, which is this 8.5 by 11 size, shrunk it down, planted it in the middle of the pages, and then they've put notes on the side here, some training tips and notes, and then there's some an area for you to write your own individual notes, and you can create a trainer's guide for yourself for the curriculum. So our objective is to have you present the principles as they're presented here. They're fully built out for you. There's no need to build anything new. Each element includes a video, which we ask that you show to your participants. And then at the end, there is this formula for success slide that we ask you to show them and cover, because this holds a lot of the terminology and clues to the exam. So, but beyond that, it's really up to you to shape this how you want. Now, there are optional activities for each element. I'm looking at the recovery element here now, and some of the activities on the side is an understanding the concept activity, leading a guided discussion around what do we mean by recovery and customer service. And then there's just a facilitated activity here you can do with your group. It's a guideline. They're very general. Candidly, they're tailored to people who are probably have some experience already in the industry, and they're very generic. So you will probably look at them and say, I need to go into a little more detail around this aspect of that element. No need to worry about that now. You can, for the purposes of our meeting, you can deliver this standardized version. That's fine. And then what we can do is, once you're done, have a discussion about what challenges do you anticipate with this element within your participant groups. And we can talk about ideas of how to overcome those challenges or to candidly address them and the implications of that. So really, no need to do a whole bunch of upfront tailoring for our activity on the 24th. Rather, just study the element you've been assigned. Think about how you might deliver it in this provided format to us. There will be probably 10 or 12 of us, maybe 15 of us, will be your guinea pig audience. So you have to kind of role play a little bit. It'll be a little strange because you're going to get up in front of people that you know, other next gen providers, and you'll be saying, acting as if they're your youth group. So that can be a little challenging, but that's the biggest challenge you're going to have. Other than that, it's just deliver the materials you see fit. If you want to play with some tailoring or some different ideas or concepts, reach out to me. I'm happy to discuss it with you, work through some ideas if you want, or we can do that on the day we meet. Either way, my message to you is thank you. I'm glad you're doing this. Particularly happy for your participants, your youth, because I think they may not be aware of some of the opportunities this industry has for them. So I'm excited about that. And I appreciate you putting yourself forward and putting yourself through this exercise to be qualified to deliver that training to them and present that opportunity to them. And I'm just available to work with you as you see fit, either on that day or in advance. And we'll talk a little bit more about some of the opportunities for students. Sorry, I say students because I'm a college teacher. Participants, your youth, around what they could do beyond this training, if interested, to find a career that suits them and helps them meet their life goals. Look forward to seeing you soon and working with you. Until then, take good care, and thank you again.